Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, it might be January 1st, but here in Florida, we have a high of 75 today. So, it's not like your normal January 1 weather in New York or Colorado. This is the peak of their winter season, and ours hasn't even really gotten started. We've had a couple frosts, and that's really been about it. So I gotta make sure my dog drinks the proper amount of water. So gave him about 6-7 minute break. He drank some water. Whenever you let your dog drink, you shouldn't let him gorge himself on water, because they'll kind of get sick to their stomach sometimes. They'll vomit a little bit, but he does a pretty good job knowing when to set his water off most of the time. Unless it gets real hot, then he'll really do that. But one of the main things we want to do when we're working with our dog is get our dog into proper drive. Get him into proper drive mode, I like to call it. And when you get in your car, you have R for reverse, D for drive. So, if you want to back up, then do some improper things, scold your dog, be mean. Don't have your dog's motivation ready, which my dog's motivation is anything that he can go and fetch or anything that he can bite. He's not really big into food, so I don't have to worry about keeping treats for him, although sometimes I do try to give him treats, when we're training, just to kind of throw him off and keep him guessing. And when I do have the treats, I'll have a ball or something in my pocket, so the treats kind of smell like the ball, so I'll have the ball in the bag with the treats and pulling the treats out, and then all of a sudden I'll pull the ball out and throw it for him, and he's like, he just kind of goes crazy. So and I have the gloves on because this Frisbee is rubber, and he foams at the mouth whenever he's going to get this thing. Whenever he starts biting on stuff, he starts getting all foamy and slimy, and things get really slippery. So I just went and got me some gloves from the local hardware store, and that's what I use whenever I'm doing my dog training. I use these gloves whenever I do my leash work as well, to keep me from getting burns whenever we're doing our tracking or whatever. And because whenever he gets close to the subject, sometimes he'll take off, and I don't realize he's getting ready to take off, and that leash will run across your hand sometimes and give you a good little burn, so before you get a chance to start keeping up with him. As you can see right now, he's really focused on me, because I've got this Frisbee, I've got his toy here. I'm going to tuck this behind me here, and you're going to notice that he's still kind of watching my hands, even though I don't have it in my hands. I can even take it and stick it up here, stick the Frisbee over in the fence, and you notice my dog's attention is he's still watching me. He's still watching me. So, and that's what we want. We want the dog to pay attention to us at all times. If he turns, if he moves, I don't mind if he moves a little bit. I want him to move. I want him to be eager to please, but I also want him to accept my corrections. So, I'm fine with him moving and making some errors. And my goal is to critique him constantly and try to fine-tune what we're doing. This is good. A long down like this is always good, because it shows that your dog is focused, and there's not many distractions here today. We got some cars driving by. We're here at the local dog park. We got cars driving by. There's lots of scents here. I only allowed him to run around and smell scents and do his little thing for about 3 minutes. I didn't allow him a whole lot of time today. Sometimes I'll come out and I won't allow him any time to run around and sniff. Sometimes I'll come out and I'll let him run around for 20 minutes before we ever start training. And sometimes we come out here and we just won't train at all. It's just a fun day. Come out, we'll throw the Frisbee for him, let him play with other dogs. Of course, if you have a Frisbee or a ball or something for him, he can care less about another dog. And if you don't, then he wants to come out and play with the other dogs. But he does a real good job. His name is Shifu, and he's about 2.5 years old now, and he really has good focus. So, okay. But I want you. Look, and he goes right for the frisbee. So we'll give him his reward. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. One more time. Good boy. What the heck? We'll do it once more. Oh, you didn't look up. You gotta look up for it. Up. There you go. I think sometimes I like it more than he does. There you go. Good boy. There was a good snag. Okay. So now I'll get rid of the frisbee one more time. It's nice and slimy now. Okay. So, and you know he's supposed to sit on the frisbee. Here. 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 Give up. Give up. Give up. Shift. Give up. Give up. But. Steh. Fuß. Steht. But. Sprechen. Okay. Is she good boy? Is she good boy? Okay. And that's going to conclude us for the day.